I like Emme. You're tall like me.
I do have boots on.
Hey, hey, it's Jason with J. Allen Photography. I said photography.
I do some mouth exercise.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm
and I'm chewing gum too, which is a no-no. Hey, it's Jason with J. Allen Photography, and welcome back to the channel. I actually just posted a video last week with Emme, but this week we're going to do another one with Emme, but this one's posing with Emme. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
So Emme, as we kind of mentioned in the last one, is just a fantastic model in front of the camera. Now, Emme has already given me permission to say this, but she has zero modeling experience. She does not, and but she's just really incredible to work with in front of the camera. She's very confident, and I don't know if that's what helps. She's a dancer, and a lot of the dancers that I've worked with just seem to flow a little bit better in poses, but I've never done any scientific proof to that, so I don't know if that's what it is. But I feel like it does. Like, I think actually in the description of the video that I posted, or no, it was in the photos that I posted, it said that you kind of flow through your poses like solo and dance. And that's really what I do see. And so that's why I've asked Emme to come out. I have a lot of people that want to get into senior photography, and she is a high school senior. And so I really didn't want to bring a model that had model experience. I wanted to bring somebody that is basically in that world, kind of show what she does. And I've even got her mic'd up so we can kind of get her perspective from the audio side as I go into some, or I have her go into some poses and stuff like that. So maybe kind of what's going on in her brain as she goes into a pose. I'm not using my flash today because it's super windy, but we're gonna have a little bit of blown out skies, but that's okay. I think they're still gonna look pretty. All right, you ready?
I agree. Yes.
All right. Because I don't have the flash, I kind of need to let her know. I do count 1, 2, 3 all the time, but Emme's flows, and so it does kind of allow her to know when to go. Go ahead. Beautiful. So Emme, I love the pose. So what kind of goes, like when you're posing, are there any go-to poses that you like to go to? Like if you're maybe stuck when you're thinking?
Well, I know, it's a thing. I know everyone has a side of their face that they like more, they feel more confident. So for me, that is my right side. So now that I'm getting older, I don't mind too much like going even or this side of my face, but I usually pick a side first. And that's one of my pet peeves is when like arms are like kind of awkwardly like not knowing where to go. So I think what helps me be more comfortable is just being in my own body and feeling, you know, what is my leg doing? What is my other leg doing? How can I, you know, I guess exaggerate the pose, but make it simple?
Yeah, no, for sure. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. And you bend perfectly, and I mean that like, as photographers, we're looking at bending, and so I typically will say if you can bend it, you bend it. And so you're always bending the elbows, bending the knees, and she does that absolutely perfectly, and it's just fun to watch. Honestly, it's fun to watch. What if we go up against here? So now I've given her something to pose with. I basically have you thighs, mid-thigh up. 1, 2, 3. And I think it's always important to tell your model where you're shooting, like what's actually being seen. Fantastic.
Am I too out?
Nope, nope, you're good. Nope, you're good, you're good. 1, 2, 3. I still have you mid-thigh. I'm shooting with the 85mm. She's got these perfect bends. Stay right there for me. Perfect bend. She's got the bend in the back, which you don't actually see, but you've got this beautiful bend here and this beautiful bend here. So again, if you can bend it, you bend it. And that's really what you're looking for when you're posing. You've got to have those bends, otherwise you have this straight form, and the straight form just is not flattering. It's not nice.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
What if we were, actually we're gonna move over to another location. We've got some rails. I wanna do a couple seated shots, but posing with the rail as well, just so you can kind of see some of those types of things, all right? I'm stealing this from Emme because we were chatting on the way over to this spot. But photographers, you gotta remember that your models, especially if they're inexperienced, they're high schoolers, they're seniors, if they don't shoot often, they might be very uncomfortable. Emme actually said, what was the word?
It's vulnerable.
Yes. Yeah, it's very vulnerable. You know, when I'm standing behind the camera, I don't have to look good, but she's got to look good in everything that she's doing. And it's a vulnerability that maybe photographers, I think, that have been doing it for a while forget. So as you're growing in your photography, don't forget the vulnerability of being in front of the camera. And that's why you also need to speak good things to your models too. Don't ever say anything negative. If maybe you take a shot and the pose doesn't look good, don't tell the model, hey, that doesn't look good on you. You tell yourself, or you say something, you know what, let me try something different. But don't ever be negative to your models, especially a high school teenager, because you don't know what's going on in their head, and you need to be able to let them feel confident in what they're doing and always speak value to them. Are you ready?
Yeah, I love that. And I think I'll just rephrase what I was saying earlier. It's just that the vulnerability can be scary, but that's what also makes it beautiful. And I think it's just you and the camera, and it's your truth. And that's who you are that day, that's how you look that day, and just kind of owning it, which is easier said than done, but it's super cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely, thank you. So remember I said Emme's a dancer, 1, 2, 3, beautiful, 2 and 3, fantastic. We'll go full length here. So the wind is blowing, she's got that beautiful wind blown look. Some people don't like that, but it looks really good right now, 1, 2, 3. So what do you like about modeling?
I think it's fun, and it makes you get out of your element, and it's a challenge. And you know, I love a good challenge. I also love nature, and that's usually why my shoots are outside, is that I'm where I'm comfortable, and I like it. So I think that's super important, is that you like where you're shooting. And I think I always love that you have that conversation with us. You know, it's up to us. Yeah. Where do you want to go? And I'm willing to meet you there. And so I think that's super cool that we have a say in what we wear, where we go, and we meet in the middle with our photographer.
One of the things that I really liked about doing the rep program is I get to shoot with these seniors or teenagers multiple times over the course of the year. And what I find is that kind of builds their confidence. It builds our chemistry together. The first thing that I noticed when I did Emme's first shoot was I didn't need to build her confidence. She didn't need to work into it. She's fantastic. And I'm not saying that to build the ego, but she is incredible. And especially for young women, I've got a daughter myself, seeing a confident young woman is absolutely incredible. So I'm gonna bring you back to this side, and we're gonna place with some kneeled shots or some squatted shots. You might not have a senior that's confident or has the same confidence that Emme is showing here, but that's okay. That's where you work on the poses, and these poses can build that confidence. Yes, beautiful. 2 and 3. You kind of show them what you're getting as you do it. That way they can see that they look great, and it will help with the confidence. So as you see, Emme is just incredible. She's got the jean jacket, which really helps with the hands. So when you're working with outfits with your seniors, and photographers, you should always work with outfits with their seniors. Don't just let them show up. Please work with outfits. It really helps, especially picking a location, but having something like this gives your model, your senior, something to actually do with their hands. And so that's where Emme's gonna play right here. You do have a piece of lint right there on your thigh on that side. Yep, right there. Accessories, hats. You saw kind of a couple photos from the last one. She's had the hat, and you just play with the hat. So you just kind of come into here with the hat, giving those bends. Sunglasses are the same, bracelets, any kind of accessory really helps, because it allows your model, especially if they're uncomfortable, it gives them something to do with their hand. So let's see, I do see a little bit of light peeking through here. So I'm gonna bring you this way, right there, right there. Let's angle your body a little bit more this way. Yeah, love the confident poses. I guarantee you should see the confidence in her poses. 2, 3, fantastic. Yes, beautiful. Last one. Good. Now, Emme, you do this a lot in a lot of your poses, and I don't know if you have an answer, but you tend to lean. Why do you lean?
I think it's different, and I think I know, I don't like, I agree with you. I don't like just like standing. I like the bend, and I think it's just simple to like, at an angle. You don't know what to do? At an angle.
Exactly, I love it. It's fantastic, it's beautiful. Emme is tall like I am. We're about 5'4". She's 5'4" with her shoes on. And so I do shoot low a lot of times, which kind of makes you a little bit taller, but giving that lean just is something different, and I really do like it. So maybe incorporate some of those leans. It kind of accentuates the legs, even if they're shorter, and makes them a little bit longer. I went ahead and decided she's really backlit right here. We have this beautiful rim light all across and over top. So I needed to light her with a flash. So that's where I've got the flash. You do have some hair kind of blowing across right here on this side. Yep. The wind's not working with us in this spot, but we're gonna try to play with it. So we got this sitting shot here on this bench. Look at her legs, they're bent, and they're not bent together, they're bent separate. Beautiful. Good. She's moving her head in every shot. Now she's coming back. Let's see, I'm gonna scoop back just a tiny bit. 2 and 3. Beautiful. Give me a little bit more arch in the back, Emme, if you can. There we go. Yep. One reason you want the arch in the back, just to let people know, is it kind of forces that good posture. 2, 3. Emme has good posture, but it forces the posture. Fantastic. Beautiful.
What should we do?
I like that. I like that. Beautiful. I like that. I like that a lot. What we don't have is we've got both hands seen now, which the other one we didn't kind of. Oh, these are really pretty. Can you bring your top leg out just a little bit to me? Yeah, right in there. It might feel uncomfortable, but I just want to see 2 legs. Beautiful. Last one. Fantastic. So again, with seated shots, it's always still important to have them bend. You always bend them. If you can bend it, you typically bend it. I'm gonna do one more little set of shots. I just want to show some shoulders real quick, because shoulders I think are important. And I'm gonna come right here. Do you mind holding it one more time? Okay. Big shout out to Emme's mom for holding my light. I did pop up the light for a couple of shots. So on this is the last one. I know I said this sitting, but the last one we're gonna play with shoulders. And so we're gonna have her hands on the rails up here. She's gonna just shift some shoulders. Also, when you have the hands out, don't have them out symmetrically. Kind of bring one in a little bit, just to kind of offset that pose a little bit. It gives it a little bit more interest. So I'm really shooting a mid thighs up, 2, 3. Ah, fantastic. 2 and 3. She's got her fingers open and relaxed. Fingers are always nicer to see than, close your fingers for me. Like a fist, yeah. So fist shot. And so basically what they are gonna look like are nubs. And so you don't want that. You wanna show those fingers. I always say dance fingers, because I work with dancers, but let's go hands out to the rail if we can go hands out to the rail. Yeah, so beautiful offset with the rail. That's fantastic. 2 and 3. Give me a little bit of that look out. Gorgeous. And then can we just shift the arms, do an opposite shift? Yes. And so it's the same pose, but just shifted opposite, and it just changes the dynamic of the pose. Bring your left shoulder to me. Same thing. It just shows that confidence. Oh, fantastic, Emme. Beautiful. Last shot. 1, 2, 3. Yes. And she's having to hold it down. The little flap keeps blowing up. So don't step backwards. I'm going to close this out. You good?
Yes.
Something that Emme actually did for me. So I shot with all of her seniors from her dance team at the beginning of the school year, and she pretty much choreographed all of their poses for the entire shoot.
Super cool.
Which was very super cool. So I'm probably, as long as she's in San Antonio, going to invite her back for next year's senior group to help choreograph them. Would you be willing to do that?
Yes, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
I'll even pay you for it too, for your time.
That'd be amazing. Yeah.
They have to ask me back, which I hope they will. Yeah, so she's fantastic. And again, I think the confidence helps. Sometimes you don't have that confidence person or that confidence in that personality, but you know, work with the poses, look at the poses that she's doing, research posing. You can bring poses on your phone that you can always go to. Find like 3 to 5 go-to poses that work for you that you can kind of go to if you're stumped. That's a struggle sometimes as a photographer, is getting stumped on a pose, like, oh, what do I do? And I do find that because I work with a lot of seniors that a lot of the poses are the same all the time. So it's neat to work with somebody who's a little bit different, a little bit more unique, and I say that in the best, most positive way. That lean is fantastic. I love the lean. So play around with posing. Posing is important and critical. And anything else, ma'am?
No, just the points that we said. Like just posing, finding comfortability in your space, and just owning who you are in that moment behind the camera. Yep. You know, if you are having a bad day, you know, you show that on your face and you give it with confidence. You know, you're having an amazing day, you let the person know when that photo is seen that you're just having an amazing day. So yeah, just having the courage to put that foot forward emotionally and just have fun with it. You know, it's for you. It's there for you. And so it's fun. That's
why I love working with her. Fantastic. I love that confidence. It's amazing. Thanks again for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow Emme on Instagram. I can give her a link right here. Yes. Thank you, Mom, for holding the light, giving permission, allowing her to come do this.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Emme, for letting letting me mic you up today to get your audio. So
thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. Until next time, keep shooting.